Oh, you need the TV cut on? Okay. Right back. There's some other fucking music. I hate that music. Okay, how's this thing being stupid? Damn thing just never works. What is it, Jojo? Can you go pee? Okay, go ahead. Okay, set him down. There we go. Get rid of that crap. And today's car show. Yep.
What is that?
Okay. Let's see. Okay, I had to make sure the sound was working. What's up this morning, man? Welcome to the morning beta show. I don't have anything particular planned just yet, but I will here in a short bit. I got a couple things I got to do today. I'm into this little morning show while I roll a couple cigarettes and get myself set up for this evening. I've got to link my Twitter to the Facebook page and a couple other things. We got a car show coming up tonight, and here in a little while, I'm going to do some stuff on the VR for a little bit. I heard the Rec Room got an update, so I'll pop in there and check out what's going on in there, kind of see how things are coming along. And then I'm also going to start planning for next week's car show today. I'm going to try to get it posted by at least Sunday. So I'm going to see how things start kind of picking out locations and maybe get some ideas for what I'm going to do for next week's theme. And then I'm going to go over it with the committee either tonight, today, or over the weekend and try to get it posted by Sunday night so that everybody's got plenty of notice on next week's show. I don't have any particular topics this morning. I've been trying to watch the news to come up with better topics. The honesty of it is, man, I can't watch but about 5 minutes of the news without getting fucking sick of it. You got a shooting in California from a fucking 13-year-old little girl. You got that 14-year-old girl that was the whole Enderman stabbing, or not Enderman, what they call Slenderman stabbing. Girl is 14 years old and they just gave her 40 years in a fucking psychiatric ward. This world is getting ridiculous, man. I can't even watch the fucking news anymore. It's just too much. It's too goddamn depressing. People are losing their fucking minds. Parents ain't controlling their kids, man. It's getting ridiculous. But that's exactly why I can't watch the fucking news, man. It's too fucking depressing. Gotten to the point to where, like, talking about the widespread flu virus, fucking killing people and shit. Jesus Christ, man. What's it been, 150 years, maybe 200 years? We've been vaccinating people and shit. Look what it's done. We have genetically enhanced, like, almost every disease. We're all gonna die. I think the inevitability of it is that the longer we try to stave off death, the closer we'll get to it. That's just my opinion. Let's get some lights in here. Let's go light. Nah, all that's not necessary. Yeah, I'll leave the regular cars. What else can I do with this thing? Let's go back from the banners. What have we got? Visual effects. Nah. Mirrors, huh? What's that like? Let's see what this thing's like. Oh, that's not weird at all. Yeah, let's not do that. Yeah, let's go back to normal. Not about that. What's that one? It's black and white and fuzzy. It's staticky. Yeah, that'll work. Let's see. How many viewers? 3. What's up, everybody, man? Anybody got any particular topics you want to kick up today, man? If not, I can open up a fucking chat and get some people in here to talk with me, dude. Because to be honest with you, I feel fucking awkward sitting here talking to myself and all these goddamn things. I need some folks to chat with. So, let's open up a party. And, oops. No. Gotta name it right. Otherwise, people won't know what the fuck is going on. So, let's create, open, and ads. Oh, ads. Morning beta. There we go. I guess that's what I'm gonna name the show, man. I haven't given it a ton of thought, but I guess that's what I'm gonna stick with for the moment. We'll just keep calling it ads morning beta because this is all in the fucking testing phase. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to keep this thing rolling, find my momentum, find my spot, find what works for me and what works for everybody else, figure out, what kind of shit people want to talk about. There was a couple of topics I was going to bring up that I wrote down the other day as points of discussion. So let's look something up real quick. The psychology of gamers. No, not the ecology of gamers. I don't care about the ecology of gamers, stupid fucker. Okay, no, don't look up stupid fucker either. Jesus. The psychology of gamers.
According to Psychology Today, psychology and competitive gaming are professional players with problems addicted to video gaming or work. To date, competitive gaming has not been widely researched or recognized in the scientific and professional literature on video games.
So there we go. Let's see what this thing's got. Woo! May have to take a potty break in a second. Shit. Nope. 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 Instead, I got a fucking article about microtransactions. Yeah. Okay, well, hell, let's bring that up then. Microtransactions. Some people are for it, some people are against it, some people like what it does. Microtransactions take place a lot in GTA, actually, and personally, as far as that game is concerned, I like those microtransactions because those microtransactions are based on how much money you can make in the game. Now, I know Rockstar has made millions. Literally, I think last year they made over $100 million just from DLC content, just from people buying shark cards and shit. And I know sometimes people buy those starter packs. Those starter packs have been widely popular in the last, I'd say 3 weeks. And some people need them. If you're just getting started, if you came over from an Xbox or from the PS3 and you didn't make the deadline to get your character in, yeah, it's probably a good thing that you get a starter pack because you're gonna need that leg up. The difference between playing GTA when it started and playing GTA now is the difference between street level crime and military grade level crime. The world in that fucking game has changed. Now, I saw Dead Gaming do a fucking video yesterday, and he talked about how GTA is dead and this, that, and the other, and blah, 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 blah. But the honesty of that is, this is just my opinion. This is nothing against DG. I love his channels. I've always used a lot of his glitches, man, and I appreciate everything he does. But his channel was based on that. His channel was mostly, from everything I can see, almost every other day to every day, he uploads some kind of video that has something to do with GTA, and it's something to do with making money, doing some kind of glitch or something like that. Well, of course, when you burn that bridge, when things go bad for it, they're gonna flip on you. They're gonna make it to where I think he said Rockstar, and I'm not 100% on this because I didn't honestly. I watched about 5 minutes of the video and I got fucking. I was kind of like, I don't like nobody bagging on my game, dude. It's a hard game to play these days, and I'll fully admit that. But that don't mean I'm gonna bag on it. Honestly, I like the challenge. I like playing with people better than me. I like playing with people that are tough, man. It ups my game playing with people like that. So of course somebody's gonna bag on it when their bread and butter's getting ready to get taken away. He did like this whole 10 minutes, and I swear to God, it was like 10 minutes worth of skits on bad jokes that he wrote to make fun of Rockstar, which is that's his business to do whatever he needs to, that he thinks he has to, but to get his views up and shit. But and it very well may be that this year is the last year that it's going to be up and functional, but by what is it? I think October. It was the release date for Red Dead. We got a good couple of months before Red Dead hits, and I guarantee you, just from a business standpoint, Rockstar is going to milk it for every dime that it's worth before it goes. There's still one slot left on the weapon wheel, or not the weapon wheel, but the wall in the ammo shop. So that alone tells me that there's still something else coming. Even if it's just one more gun, I would expect at least one more DLC of some kind. I've heard all kinds of rumors. Grant you, these are rumors. I know nothing for fact. I have no inside sources on anything. I just, I've met all kinds of people that will say shit like, oh yeah, I work for Rockstar and blah, 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 blah. If you get the fuck out of here. If you work for Rockstar, dude, you ain't playing on these servers. If you work for Rockstar, you are somewhere in some kind of fucking secret lobby playing God mode and doing some ridiculous shit with cooler people than what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? You're not in here on the grind with everybody else, and that's just fucking fact. Um, yeah, but there's been huge speculation about what's coming next, whether it's going to be mansions. I've heard rumors about uh, strip clubs, managing strip clubs where the the women would be your property, and you would have to like manage them like we have to manage our supplies and shit from other places. I've heard shit about naval bases or about what are they called? Um, shit, not naval, not a base, but a aircraft carriers. Yeah, naval aircraft carriers. I've heard stuff about that. And there's a huge range of some of these things that have already been implemented into the game. The aircraft carriers came out with some of the CEO stuff. The some of the heist things, I believe, too. Yeah, you had to steal some stuff from over there, like a Hydra at one point or something, I think. Yeah, you had to steal a Hydra. And there's also been uh, the submarines and shit that got put in. There are mansions all over the place. There are places that you can access, like the insides of like Michael's mansion and some of Franklin's mansions and shit like that. So these things are all over the place. They do exist. There are a bunch of nightclubs that are in the game that don't seem to be doing anything. There's one right across the street from the Maze Bank thing. The One of the cheaper CEO offices, that there always seems to be people outside of that nightclub, but there's no actual way to get inside the nightclub. There's that one bar that you do for the MC club when you got to get your supplies or whatever for it, where you've got to go inside the bar and like fight the people like fisticuff style inside the bar and do like bare knuckle fights and shit with these people to get the supplies that you need. So there are lots of these places inside the game that exist, and honestly, there's no telling what we're gonna get. So I don't think it's dead quite yet. I will say it is probably on its last leg. This is going to be the last year before Red Dead comes out. And like any good game company, they're going to shift most of their focus over to that, trying to figure out what works well for that. But I've also got friends that brought up perfectly valid points about that too. I mean, when Red Dead hits, what's the most we can hope for? The most that we know is possible is stuff from the first Red Dead. Which a lot of people don't know is actually the second game in the Red series, because there was before Red Dead Redemption, there was Red Dead Revolver. So Red Dead Redemption 2 is actually the third game in the series, which most people don't know. Um, but be it that this is the third game in the series, we can only base what's going to happen next off of what we've already seen from other games. And what we've already seen from other games is you got the Undead Nightmare and the DLC from special guns, special missions, and stuff like that. So we already know that like that stuff's possible. But I mean, as far as like cars, guns, shit like that, okay, they might be able to throw some guns in there. Outside of that, there's really not a lot. I mean, maybe outfits and shit, maybe some clothes, maybe some saddles, maybe some stuff like that. But I mean, what are you gonna do? Get a DLC horse? They're gonna release a horse or a buggy, a cart and buggy every couple of weeks, or are you gonna like I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's extremely, because it's the Western, it's going to be extremely limited on the amount of DLC content that can come out for it. Whereas GTA, dude, they can keep releasing cars. They can keep releasing jets. They can keep releasing all these new expansive things in the world that we'll all be able to play with. There's not going to be a lot of, I don't see there being like a phone that you can pull up to access these things quickly from Red Dead Redemption. I don't see some kind of short menu that's going to make these things any easier. Now, granted, you, Red Dead is most likely going to be a ton of fun. It's probably going to have around the same control schematics and shit as what GTA does right now. But honestly, let's look at how the first Red Dead went. The first Red Dead lasted maybe a year. After maybe a year, they had all of their DLC content and everything come out, and that was done with. And that was the full extent of what they were going to be capable of. And even though it was a PS3 game, it was partially online. It was online. It was the equivalent of a Western version of GTA 4. Yeah, but because the online was kind of limited. You could play with other people, but it was like limited to a range. You had to come into game types. It was like doing jobs in GTA 5. Now you had to be in some kind of job. You had to be in some kind of mission. You had to shoot each other. There was no real social aspect to any of it. So it, like I said, is extremely limited. And I think the same thing will probably be true for Red Dead 2. This is my opinion. I think that's what will happen. I don't have, like I said, I don't have any inside sources or know anything that you don't. And to be honest, I haven't read that many articles on it either. I haven't tried to dove too deep. I don't want to be one of those people that when I come into the game, I expect tons of something out of it. You know what I mean? I'm just going to kind of let it come out and see what happens. I don't want to speculate or get my hopes up about it in any kind of way and make myself, work myself up about it. Because I've done that before. Thought games were going to be better than they were. They come out. I'm extremely disappointed, and then I'm pissed off about it because I wasted my money on something that was fucking, I could have just either not worked myself up about, or I could have just left alone, and it would have, tapered off into whatever it was going to do anyway. The games are going to come out however they're going to come out. And sometimes, yeah, they'll say that it's based on how we receive them and how well we take the news and what we want out of the game. But let's be honest about that. A lot of that just isn't true. I mean, look at Destiny. Destiny's been around for maybe 3 years, and a lot of people wanted a lot of stuff out of that game. We wanted to be able to play in parties more than 3 people. We wanted to be able to, I'm sorry, more than 6 people just to do a fucking some kind of raid or something. We wanted more original types of guns. We wanted to be able to play it in third person. We wanted to be able to have more customizations other than just a damn color of something. Let us pick what our costumes look like. You know what I mean? Let us be able to decorate our shit in our own fashion. Give us something that lets the individual stand out. And for 2 games now, that still hasn't happened. I didn't even pick up Destiny 2 only because, and this is my only premise for this, it was not different enough. If you're going to come out with a whole second game and it looks almost just like the first one, that's not enough reason for me to continue playing. Apparently, I'm on the leaderboards for the damn Crucible shit, and I didn't even know it. Somebody else actually told me. They were checking out the leaderboards one day and spotted me in the top 20 for some Crucible shit. And I don't remember ever. Uh, I never saw that. So either they were mistaken, or I mean, I was pretty good at it, but I don't think I was that good. Okay, I was kind of nasty with it, dude. I could go into a fucking Crucible lobby and I could not fire a shot and come out first place, only because I was a monster with that little lightning ninja thing. I forget what it was called. The sniper dude, the little hunter, a hunter. Yeah, that's what it was. I was kind of a badass with that little hunter, especially if I had a sword. I didn't even need ammo for the damn sword. I would just go in there and beat the hell out of people with a hilt, sneaking up on them and teleporting around and shit. I was kind of nasty. But, like I said, that game wasn't different enough. It wasn't original enough to hold my attention um, to keep me engaged with it. And then the second game, they take everything away and start you over back in the middle of nowhere. I'm sorry, it's just for me, it's not different enough. It's not engaging enough for me. First-person shooters aren't really my bag anyway, so that didn't help nothing. And I like third person shooters, and that's just my personal preference, only because I like an interactive experience. I want to be able to climb, jump, do, hide, sneak, shit like that. And really, in first person shooters, you're kind of limited. You can do those things, but they're a little obscure to the screen. They're a little difficult. And I understand GTA is not everybody's. It's a hard game, so it's not everybody's bag. And it's really hard to get started. It's really hard to keep going. It takes a lot of dedication to stick to a single game. I love GTA. It is one of my favorites. But I will say it is not for the lighthearted. Playing out in the open lobbies is not an easy thing to do. You really have to have a fighting spirit to stay in that fucking game, because if you're easily discouraged, if you easily get put down when people talk shit to you or run their mouth or kill you and fucking troll you, then yeah, you're going to have a hard time playing that game. You have to be able to play without letting what other people say affect you. A lot of people don't understand that trolling isn't just a hobby for people. They're not just doing it to piss you off. To an extent, they are, but honestly, the real objective to trolling is to get somebody's aggro up. You get their aggravation, you get their attention, you piss them off, and you'll throw them off of their game. They'll be so mad they're not thinking clearly. If you're calm when you play, if you don't get rattled by these kind of things, you can still think and play in a strategic manner where you're not offset by what somebody else says. You know what I mean? So you have to be able to play. That's why most of the time, if you see me playing at night and it's like my GTA after hour show or something like that, you'll see me and my friends just cutting up like the whole fucking time, because we don't let anything anybody says or does affect the way we play. We're there to have fun. Yeah, we're gonna wreck some lobbies. Yeah, we're gonna clear some shit. I'm subject to wind up in a bad sport lobby. It's not because I'm trying to be a dick, but it's because that's a part of the game. You know, that's the whole, people say, well, I'm trying to make money. Okay, well, there's ways to pop a private lobby. There's ways to be in a public lobby and have it all to yourself, that you can make whatever money you're trying to make, that you can get up with your party of 4 or your party of 8 or whatever the hell you're trying to do. The parties will hold 8, the CEOs will hold 4, the MCs will hold 8. So there's plenty of opportunity for you to get into your own lobby and move whatever shit you gotta move. If you are dumb enough to go moving your shipments around or selling your businesses or whatever in a lobby full of fucking 28 people or more, and you see people in there and their levels are above 200, 250, 300, anything like that, and you're dumb enough to step out there and try to sell your shit and then get pissed off that you lost money, you can just be mad at yourself, because that is your own damn fault for doing something that silly. If you're gonna do anything on it, you got to have friends to help you, and you got to know how to read that map. You got to know how to pay attention to your surroundings, your environment. You got to be able to protect yourself. You got to know what things counter other things. Somebody's got a fucking jet out on the map, then you have somebody travel with you that's got an oppressor or an Akula or something like that. Everything in the game, every weapon in the game, every vehicle in the game has a counter. It is a giant goddamn game of rock, paper, scissors, and everything that beats one thing can be beat by something else. Everything. And you just have to know what those things are. Talk to your friends. Play with your friends. That's one of the most important things. Like, if you're going to play with people, if you're going to be doing things and trying to make money in the game and you're trying to do it legitimately, then you're going to need yourself at least 4 people on a regular basis that you play with, that you operate with, that you know how they think, you know how they play, you know how to communicate well with them, so that you can get things done without a lot of confusion, without a lot of aggravation, without you getting pissed off at each other. And it can be as simple as just go do some fucking survivals together. If you want to practice, you got a new group, go do something small together first before you just jump into the big stuff. Go do a fucking survival, or go do a fucking crooked cop or something like that. Hell, go do some adversary modes. Go do something where you can have some fun and still make you some RP and a little bit of cash while you practice with your crew. And once you think you're good enough, once you think you got yourself into a place that's high enough that you can do that, then go out and start moving shit in the lobby. Experiment. Start small. Don't wait for your business to fill all the way up. Sell it while it's small. Do it as a practice run, so if you lose something, you don't lose that much of it. You know what I mean? Like, use your head. But that's why I'm still trying to do shows and stuff there. That's why I'm still trying to do car shows and stuff like that. And that's why I don't do my channel geared towards any kind of glitch. My channel is dedicated to bringing original content. And when I say original content, I don't mean I'm going to show you something that you've never seen before, or you're going to get some kind of fucking glitch out of it that you've never seen before. I mean, I'm going to show you a way to play. That if you've got a proper group, if you've got a crew, if you get even communities, say you don't have enough friends to fucking play, there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of groups in the community section on PSN. Find you a community. If you find you a good community that you like, that seems to have supportive people who aren't a bunch of jackasses or trolls, then you'll see a list on the bottom left side that shows all the people that are playing. And you can just join in those lobbies, go in, tell people what community you're from, and team up with a couple of people. You can always find decent people to play with. It just mostly takes not being a douche and not being a troll. You know what I'm saying? If you can make a couple of people laugh, you got a decent sense of humor, you can get along with almost anybody if you just make the effort. It's not hard. I've got probably well over 200 friends that play GTA, and a controller that keeps going off. Motherfucker. Excuse my language, but my shows are not for children anyway. My audiences are 17 up. So I was looking at my numbers the other day. Actually, my target demographic is between 35 and 44. So what's up, citizens? I don't want to call you senior citizens. It seems rude. I almost felt like it, though. This damn music. Go away, music. I hate that music. So, man, if there's anybody in the chat has any questions about any particular games, anything up and coming, anything that affects gamers, fucking anything in GTA, anything in any upcoming games you want to hear about, talk about, any shit you see in my living room you got questions about, man. Yeah, I'm sure you see all the skateboards on the wall, man. I used to skate a good bit until I was about my early 30s. I stopped in my early 30s. Broke my arm a couple of years ago, and then I started to slow down after that when I realized I'm not going to live forever. And if I keep doing crazy shit, I'm going to die. So they told me to stop playing in traffic. The hell? Oh, I'm not in the AR anymore. Hate that music. Okay, we got 2 left. Yeah, sorry, I know there's always a lot of GTA talk on these things, but yeah, until I get something better to talk about or something better to do. I used to have other things that I did that brought, like Terraria brings a huge audience, but the downside to Terraria is everybody says, oh, well, hey, let's play together. But then they get there and they don't want to play with you. They just want to come steal your shit. They want to take all the stuff that you got. They want to raid your fucking places. So like 90% of the time lately, if I play Terraria, I wind up playing alone. There's like maybe 2 people that I'll fucking play Terraria with. And that's because they'll actually share their shit with me. Like, we'll share it with each other. If I get something, I'll give it to them, and vice versa. But they've gotten smarter about those patches in the last couple of weeks, and they've actually made it to where it's almost impossible to give shit to people now. Even if you shut your app down and somebody comes in, gets stuff from you, and then saves it and leaves, when they leave, they take it with them. Even if you shut it down and restart it, you still won't get to keep that shit. Even if you got the autosave turned off, it'll still take that stuff from you. So me and a buddy of mine noticed that the other day, so that's going to make things extremely hard. Hey, what's up, Becca? Not too bad. Doing my little morning show. Alright, you got your audio shared? No? Oh, okay. Well, just to let my viewers know, I'm not talking to my imaginary friends. There's a real person on the other end of this conversation. Sitting here rolling some cigarettes, getting ready for tonight's car show, and figuring out what I'm about to do for some other stuff on the channel. What have you been up to? What's that? Oh yeah, where are you working at now? Oh, good shit. Yeah, there's a 3-year-old running around my house right now that ain't mine. My wife's been doing the same thing. Little JoJo come in here a minute ago. I'm surprised he's not in there being a human musical instrument. One of my other sons gave him a harmonica the other day, and he's like, look, it's a whistle. You come in here every 5 minutes and have me load a Nerf gun for him. He'll go shooting people and shit. Yeah, he's a good kid. Yeah, he's in there watching Paw Patrol right now. He'll come in here if he needs something. I'm trying to roll a few cigarettes, and then I sync up my Facebook page with that link that you sent me the other day. And then I've got to put my intro together and email it to a buddy of mine. So he was talking about, he knows a guy who can do some special stuff with my intro. So I'm going to send him the intro and exits to my videos and see what he does with it. See if I like it or not. If I like it, I'll keep it. If I don't, I'll just stick to what I got. Because I actually fucking handmade all of mine in the Share Factory. Yeah. I think I'm catching a cold.
Strange looking asshole.
What does? Oh yeah, yeah. I saw on the news this morning. There's like a huge section. DJ Low, strange looking asshole. Yeah, okay. You know, that's cool. Trolls count as views too. Yeah, there is a huge epidemic of the flu going around. I just said something about that a minute ago. It's like, I think it's funny that we've been getting vaccinated for what, maybe 150, maybe 200 years, and all we're doing is making the viruses stronger. Like, it seems like the more we run from death, the
Penis.
closer we get to it. You know, I had to go to the doctor about 3 weeks ago, and that was the first time in probably 25 years that I've got a flu shot. And now here it is.
Jew.
I've had a 2-week headache, and I'm starting to catch a cold. I'm gonna go blame my doctor. And maybe, I don't know. I mean, obviously not if it's taking over 3/4 of the country. You know, I don't think it's working. I think something backfired there. They said something about it on the news not too long ago about how the human immune system and viruses counteract each other. Every time a virus comes out, the human immune
GGG.
system tries to counter it best it can. But every time we
BBB.
vaccinate, it makes the viruses worse, and the antibodies get stronger and
SSS.
stronger. And I don't know who this dude
DJ
is.
U Hitler or some.
Let's see. Yeah, right. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that dude. Some dude trolling me. Whatever. I'll turn the damn comments off here in a second so he can't hear himself talk. But yeah, I gotta sync up that thing with Twitter. I gotta
GGG.
change my banner on the Facebook page here in a minute. Email that thing to Kid. And then I gotta start planning next week's car show. I got one coming tonight. And I'm gonna try to go ahead and start the planning process for the next one, so that either by the end of
Thanx.
tonight's show or at least by Sunday, have the next one up and posted so that people have more notice to it. So I know I've got at least the next month, so I'm gonna go ahead and plan a car show.
Harry Bum.
Plan a car show every week. Have you seen any of the last couple of videos I put out on those things?
Cunt.
Yeah, I'm cutting this speech to text off. This dude ain't gonna quit doing that mess. I'm cutting the audio off. That's annoying. I don't want to hear this dude and his mess. So, comments to speech off. There you go. Now you can't hear yourself talk anymore. Unfortunately, though, that means I'm not going to hear any other comments. So, I wonder if I can kick somebody from the channel on my phone. If I can, I mean, I know you can do it from Twitter. I know you can kick somebody when you, what's it called? I'm gonna turn my phone down so I don't hear myself talking. Moderate. Yeah, you moderate. So let's see this dude. Let's see. Actions going for. Oh, look at that. Remove. Bye-bye. Put user in timeout. Ha! Okay, you totally can. Look, I'm cutting that back on then. I put little homie in timeout. Shut the fuck up, son. Put him in timeout. That's fucked up. You're grounded, bitch. Oh, that's fucked up. Oh, shit. Yeah, I've been getting better at that little editing process. That's been, the more I play with it, the better I get at it. Can't monetize any of that shit. They're basically commercials, but still, they're fun to make. And they're pretty well received by the people in the crew. And the people at the shows, like them, the people that come to the car shows, I love getting messages from people. Oh, I saw myself in the video, and da-da-da-da-da. I'm glad you like it. You know, and really, they're just excited to see themselves in something. Look, I'm on the internet, Mom. It's pretty funny. Yeah, this week's is going to have a 50s greaser theme. And I'm not gonna tell them where we're going or what we're doing yet. It's gonna be a normal bike ride and car show like usual. But after that, I've got some new stuff planned. I picked out a new location, somewhere we've never been before. Without giving it away, I will say it's got like a Fallout look to it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I kind of themed it around that when I chose the 50s style thing. I figured that would be perfect for like the Fallout thing because it's got that look to it. I don't want to say where, but because it'll totally give it away if I say it. But I kind of went over that with some people the other day, and they said they really liked that. That it was um, that I don't let nobody know where we're actually going. You know, that I keep it a surprise. And so when we get there, they have to kind of stay with the group, and it's like a field trip in GTA, you know, going off the buddy system. Oh shit! Hope this cold goes away before tonight, man. I wind up taking some Sudafed or something to clear up my nose. I don't want to be sniffling through the whole show while I'm trying to herd 30 people. No, them ruins, man. If you don't keep people entertained, they get out of hand quick. Shit will go crazy, and I can't let any, I have to be real vigilant about those things because you know how people in GTA are anyway. So if they lose interest for more than like 15 seconds, somebody's gonna get shot. And the first time somebody gets shot in one of my parties, I just feel bad for whoever does it because all of my friends will go fucking ham. They'll be like, "Oh, you want to shoot shit, huh?" And then next thing you know, it's a fucking war. And I don't want that to happen. Yeah, last week's or week before last show was pretty fun. That one surprised the hell out of everybody. Buddy of mine, we snuck and blew up all the cars from an orbital cannon, and nobody knew it was coming. I like snuck it in there on them. I was like, "Hey, let's go up here and let's get a group picture and have the cars in the background." And when I counted off, to say cheese, I was like 3, 2, 1, cheese. And just as I said cheese, that fucking explosion went off, scared the shit out of everybody. And they're like, "Well, I'm glad we moved over here." And I was like, "It wasn't an accident. I did plan that." I know they seem like a fluke, but there's a lot of time and energy that goes into putting those things together, right? So that we have a good original car show. That it's not like they used to be. Like the last one that you went to was just like a regular meet and greet. I was still working on them at that point, trying to figure out what my niche was and how to make them original. After I got it all figured out and wrote down, I got some people to help me, and I put together a car show committee. And there's like 6 of us that do the planning, and I act as the director and the host. I come up with a lot of the concepts, and then I kind of run them through them like a focus group to see if we can come up with anything better, or if anybody's got something that maybe I haven't thought of, or because I want to make them. My goal isn't to run it, you know what I mean? I don't want to be like the center of attention like some people do. I want to make it fun for everybody. I want everybody to come and have a good time and do or see some shit that they never saw before. Meet some cool people and maybe find somebody to play with. Or if nothing else, at least have a few laughs. Ugh. Gotta come up with some more topics for my show, for this morning show. I had a few worked out, but I haven't really researched them a lot. One of the topics I was going to talk about was the female gamers, man, and how hard it is for you guys, how much shit you guys take from just playing, man. Uh, you know what I'm saying? Like, dude, the guys will come up thinking they're going to be an easy kill, or it's either that or you're like constantly getting harassed and hit on, and holy shit, man. People think PlayStation is a fucking dating site or something. Huh. I think I've seen 1 or 2 of those in the community section, but I never paid them much attention. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Right. Hey, speaking of, do you remember Ronnie and Morpheus Jr.? Did you so you heard about Morpheus? Yeah, that was crazy. I literally played with him the day before it happened. Like the day before it happened, I played with him. I was fucking astonished, dude. The next day I was in a game, and I get a party invite from Ronnie, and I wasn't able to get to it right away, and then like less than 15 seconds later I get another one, and I'm like, okay, this is kind of an emergency. She never sends me fucking invites back to back. It's usually just like one, and you get to it when you get to it. But when she sent me two back to back, I knew something was up. So I come in, and it was me, her, 8 Ball, and like 4 or 5 other people, and they were. She let me know what happened, and I was just dumbfounded for like a day, dude. I couldn't believe it. That's so wild. Hmm. Yeah. 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 She's supposed to be taking some time off soon, I think, to go down there when they do the service for him. They're gonna like spread his ashes somewhere. But that was so fucking wild, man. You never think about people you play with like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, eventually in your life you get used to like family and relatives, and you expect things like that to happen. But man, I don't know what it is about when you play video games with people. You just like this childlike sense of this is never gonna end kind of thing, and then when it happens, it's such an odd feeling. Mm. Yeah, I played with him the night he got out of the hospital, man. He got out of the hospital and came straight to the game, man. I swear to God, it's like he came home and just grabbed the controller. He had, yeah, man. He had just come home, and it was when all the bunker, or not the bunker, the facility stuff came out. I was like, "Have you played or done anything yet?" He's like, "Man, I ain't done shit." And he was joking, man. You know how more sense of humor was. He was like, "I lost a fucking foot." It's like I told my goddamn foot if it didn't behave, I was gonna get rid of it. It thought I was bullshitting. It was fucking hilarious, dude. Mm. Let's get this music off of here, man. I hate this music. You should give me like a default setting to turn that crap off. Mm. I'm still doing my morning coffee. Right? Oh, my wife got me a coffee cup that says Mr. Right. And she's got one that says Mrs. Always Right. Mm. Hmm. Okay. Yeah, the app for this playroom thing only works about half the time. I hate this thing. It's pretty decent. It's actually like if you were gonna do a show in your living room, it's fairly decent because it gives you like a studio kind of quality stuff to your living room. You can use your green screen, so I've got, and you can like put up different lighting effects and banners and shit like that. So if you got something particular you're talking about, you can take screenshots and pop them up on the thing. It's kind of nifty. It's gonna host your own little talk show, and that's part of my little gimmicky thing. Is like everything I do comes from the PlayStation. Nothing is edited or filmed or done anywhere else. It's all on the PlayStation. So if I'm doing like this morning show, it's using the camera from the PlayStation in my living room. If I'm live streaming something, or if I make a video of something, it's only done either in the Rockstar editor or the Share Factory, and everything is put together from there. Um, I do it from like, I see a lot of YouTubers, they'll do it from like an office. They'll do it from like a desk next to a computer where you can see that they're using other stuff, you know. And I'm not. I'm doing it from my living room, just like a normal person, a normal father. You know what I mean? I do it in the family room. I had somebody ask me the other day, why you got so many couches in your living room? It's like, 'cause I got 5 goddamn kids, dude. Gotta have space for these motherfuckers to sit down. Can't just go, get the fuck in here and sit on the floor. Sit on the floor, damn it. That doesn't work. I mean, it does, but it's shitty. Yeah. Right? Or they're gonna sit there, but they're gonna be fidgety as hell, and you're gonna be like, would you fucking sit still? I'm trying to watch a movie. Which, even though I got all these couches, my damn kids still do it. They'll pile up right there in front of the damn TV, and they'll just be sitting there fidgeting, rocking, and playing with their feet. And I'm like, God damn, what is so interesting about toes? Why you keep doing that? Quit being weird. Man, I got a 13-year-old. He's still obsessed with him. Picking at his feet. Off your feet, man. God, gonna hit puberty. You gotta stop playing with your toes. I almost said something else, man, but I don't want him to see this and get encouraged by anything. Jesus Christ. That's still not something that I'm prepared for as a father yet. I know it's inevitable and he's hitting puberty and we've already had the talk. But, man, I'm still dreading that shit. First time he come home the other day and he goes, I got some digits. I'm like, get the fuck out of here, man. Get the fuck out of here. I was like, what are you going to talk about? What are you going to say? He's like, I said, what are you going to do with that? And he goes, I guess I'm going to call her. I was like, well, what the fuck are you going to talk about? You can't just call somebody and go, hey, what are you doing? That doesn't fucking work. I was like, you got to come up with something to talk about. You got to figure out what you're going to talk about. He just, yeah. But, you know, he's only 13. He's still figuring it out. He'll be 14 in July. Yeah, he's getting big quick, man. I'm just glad he's out of all that trouble, man. He ain't in alternative school and shit no more. I'm just glad he's kosher now, that he's back to some kind of level of normal. Being all angry and super violent like he was. Oh, there we go. Get rid of that music. Put my banners back up. And since I already did the car show one, I'll put one up for the community. Here's one for the community. So you can see where to go to join the car shows and shit. Oh, and speaking of which, the invites that I keep sending, it's just easier for me to send them to the whole list. I think I got over 1,012 people, so like once a week, I've been trying to toss them out to everybody. And I'm not going to repeat what you said because I'm in the middle of a live stream, but the people that you were talking about that were in the community that, you know, they're not actually very active. They haven't said, seen, or done anything in probably well over 6 months. And I mean, if you wanted to come, I don't think they would give you any kind of grief or problems or anything. I haven't actually seen them in, it's probably been over 7 months since I've seen them. Word? Yeah. Damn. I hope this thing's gone by tonight. Oh my god, if it ain't one thing, it's another. I gotta plug my controller up so the damn screen will stop going away. Every time the screen goes off, it takes me out of the studio. And all my banners and shit disappear. Oh. I wish it would let me have some default settings to this thing and stick with them instead of me having to set the music and stuff every time. I tried to do one yesterday. Oh man, I did it from the Share Factory instead of doing it from the Playroom, and I was showing videos while I was sitting on the couch and talking about it, kind of doing like my own little director's cut of what happened when I was putting it together and shit. And okay, since I don't monetize those videos and I use them as like my commercials, when I aired them back over um, the Share Factory, dude, I got like 10 copyright strikes all from one video. It's like, God damn it, I can't do that no more. It's like I didn't get in any trouble or anything. It wasn't any heavy penalties, but they just told me, that other people are probably now monitoring my videos and they're getting the money from it. If anything gets monetized, they get the money for it. That's fine. I'm not really using them for myself anyway. They're just commercials to me. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-mm. Yeah. I've been trying to hang in there with it, trying to find, my niche. Since I'm like going for it full time now, since I got hurt, I kind of don't have any other choice. I figured if I'm gonna try to do something from home, it may as well be do something I enjoy and I know a lot about. You know, so be it that it's been a hobby for years, and the trick is doing it without it feeling like a job, so that I still come to it with an amount of enthusiasm. So I don't want it to become mundane. Hmm. 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 Yeah, I thought about switching over to Twitch, but I get way more views from YouTube, and they keep changing the monetization process, and that's what's making it really hard for me. They keep changing the damn rules in the middle of the game, and that's what's giving me more shit than anything else. Oh, I'll be right back. I could use the restroom. All right, I'm back. Ooh, let's see. looks like that troll left. I don't know how long I've been streaming this. A little under an hour, maybe? Yeah, probably somewhere near there. I need to add more pictures and stuff to my phone so I can put more objects and stuff in here. Let's see. Let's add, what are those? Let's add some of those to whatever. Let's see what it does. Oh, I can throw confetti everywhere. Okay. There we go. Look at that confetti. Now I'm going to need to vacuum. Oh, wait, can I hit the things? Oh, I can't hit the objects. That looks very inappropriate. Looks like paper mache people having an orgy. Mm-hmm. See what the laser thing does. The laser thing ain't too bad. It's just weird. And it vibrates the controller for some reason. I don't really feel like that's necessary. Like, why the vibrating controller? I was doing that the other day. I set it down and it was just sitting there vibrating. Oh, it cleans up the confetti when I do that. It should let me pick the confetti though. I thought about doing Terraria, and I was gonna do some more stuff with my son. Got him a PS3 over his birthday last year, and I was gonna play some Minecraft 7 days, Terraria with him, because I'm slowly teaching him online etiquette. You know what I mean? I don't want to raise a troll, so I'm making sure that he's not, like screaming at people when he's playing, and he knows not to tell people his name or where he lives or how old he is, none of that shit. But I thought about doing some more stuff as a family with him to also teach parents how to interact with your children in these games, because it's not like it used to be. It's not like you can just hand your kid a controller, here, go play Mario, and everything's going to be cool. No, now there's an entire online community that you have to watch out for. About a week or so ago, we found out, the crew found out that there was a guy who used to be in the crew. He was now completely kicked out, but we found out that he got arrested for having child pornography on his fucking computer. And this dumb bastard had gone on social media and bragged about it. I mean, this was like the elite of stupid. And so we found out about it and immediately kicked him out. And it's just like, reminded me that you really don't know people, even people you could be close to. You don't fucking know, so you really got to be mindful about who you let your kids hang out with. And you have to be able to go in there with them. You can't just base what you let them play on an ESRB rating. The ESRB rating, it's not like movies, When they rate a movie, they watch the fucking movie. When they rate a game, all they do is they send them a 3-page report of the most graphic content in the game, which is submitted by the game developers, and then they watch a 45-minute video on the most graphic content in the game, which is also submitted by the game company. So they're going to slide all kinds of shit in there. And even still, if there's more than 45 minutes worth of graphic shit, they can't get it all, So those rating systems aren't exactly as good as they should be. Yeah, they're not accurate at all. I mean, especially, like, think of how many times a game came out that it had an ESRB rating that later they wound up changing because they figured out it was more graphic than what they thought. Like God knows how many Grand Theft Auto games, San Andreas, and they all want to shoot for that at least 17 mark, 17 and up mark, because that's going to get them the most game sales. If it's adult only, you can only hit a small demographic with that, and their game sales are going to go down because of it. So they're all trying to hit at least that mark or better. So there are kids on there, man. And I always feel horrible about it later, but like every time I hear, and I call them squeakers when I'm in the game, every time I hear a squeaker come in there, I'm like, dude, I was like, you don't need to be talking on here, and then they'll start talking shit, little bad kids, and I'll be like, your parents don't love you, shut up. He's like, yes they do. No they don't. If they loved you, they wouldn't be letting you play this fucking game, man. I don't fucking love you. They just handed you a controller, told you to go away. And it's horrible. I feel bad about it later, but At the time, I'm usually so fucking aggravated, I don't care. You know, but later, yeah, the guilt kicks in. Like, I mean, because honestly, as that breaks down, like, I wouldn't let my kids hang out with somebody like me. You know, I'm barely a dad. I'm subject to say some fucked up or foul shit, which is why I won't hang out with squeakers either. I don't want to say something fucked up, you know, and call somebody a name that I would normally call an adult, and there's a kid around, and he hears it and goes, well, what's a blumpkin? I don't want to have to fucking explain that to a squeaker. I don't want to have to, you know, some kid's mom jumping on going, what the fuck did you say in front of my kid? Why is your kid on the system hanging out with a bunch of adults anyway? Why aren't you a better parent? Pay attention to your kids, goddammit. You know, I don't want to have that conversation. So it's just easier if I just don't. Like, I have to keep up with who I add from Terraria now, because matter of fact, I left all the communities that I was in Terraria, because Terraria has changed so much that if you're in a community in Terraria now, you cannot play alone. If you go into any kind of online just wanting to play with one friend, it opens it up to everybody that you're in those communities with, and they can all jump in whenever the hell they want to. There's no way to make them like invite only anymore. When they did that last update, they changed it from being able to go invite only and having private rooms to being the full standard of the PC. And the only two options is just online or offline. That's it. And so there's no way to keep particular people out. You can't kick people out. You can invite people, but you can't kick anybody out. And you know, people don't actually want to play that game with me. They just want to come get the shit that I've collected and steal it. You know, they don't actually want to play. I can't tell you how many times I've gone in and tried to do something with somebody, and instead of helping me build something like we were set out to do, they would just come in and wreck something instead. So I'd be like, where's this? Do you have that? Do you have this? And I'd be like, dude, this is my master world. Every time you take shit from here, I have to replenish it somehow. So stop. That's not what we came to play for. I got to where there's only like 2 people I play Terraria with now. And it does get a shitload of views on like Twitch and YouTube and stuff like that. But honestly, I haven't played it in so long that I don't know a lot of the questions that they're asking. Do you have this? Do you have that? I'm like, I don't know. Fucking maybe. Dude, I've probably got like 400 chests full of shit. I know I definitely, up to this last update, I definitely have every item in the game from everything in the prior stuff. But all the new stuff that just came out, I don't know what I have yet. I just don't know what I have yet. And anytime they come out with an update, it's always buggy at first. So for the first week that the new update came out, like 4 of my worlds would crash. Every time I'd go into it, every time I would get near a particular costume set, my whole game would crash. Streaming or not, the whole thing would crash. Anytime I got near that costume, it would do that. Then they tried to fix that, and they made it to where I could actually move around in there and everything was alright. But it accidentally copied one of my friend's worlds over mine. He had started a new map, and I had started a new map on mine. 2 different systems, 2 different things. But then I leave out of his one day. I go back to play mine like 2 days later, and when I load into my map is gone. It is 100% gone, and it has been completely overwritten by his map. His map was on my save. Like, there was no way that that should have happened. And it stuck like that. And I lost like all the new items that I had collected and done and all the shit that I got. And I was so fucking irritated. I was like, yeah, fuck it. No, I'm just going to go do other shit for now. I am going to do some VR stuff later today. That rec room is pretty fun. I like the rec room. The rec room is like the VR version of PlayStation Home. It's a big ass community of little recreational games and sports games and adventure games and like laser tag and shit like that. You can decorate your avatar and stuff, and you can make your own spaces, and it's a lot like what home used to be, like when it first started, you know. It's a lot like that, and it's still in its beginning phases. It's still pretty fun to walk in, and you know, you can just talk to anybody, and there's all kinds of people around, and it's another one of those things that it's not supposed to be for kids. It's not supposed to be for anybody under the age of 17, and it's cross-platform. It's for both the VR and the not the Oculus Rift, but the other one. The Vibe, I think. Yeah, the Vibe. Verb, whatever it is. I don't know. I don't play anything but PlayStation. Anything else is sacrilegious. If you're playing anything but PlayStation, dude, you are not a dedicated gamer. You ain't taking your game serious. If you're on a fucking Xbox, that means you're probably between the ages of 13 and 17. When you hit about 17, you're like, oh, this is all fucking, teenagers and bullshit, and they're giving us crap games, and the network's not taking it serious. If you're playing on a fucking Nintendo, dude, you ain't even a gamer. You are a hobbyist. You are a you're not, okay, Zelda's cool. Zelda's cool. But that's fucking it, man. That's the only one that, like, and that's only because I grew up with it. That's it. It's like the first game I beat when I was 8. That's it. Everything else is crap. PlayStation can do everything that all of those other systems can do and more. It's almost over. You know what? Bill Gates said a couple of months back, actually almost a year back, that this last console was going to be the last one. He's tired of it. He said he doesn't make enough money off of it, which is why uh, all of the PCs, laptops, and shit like that that were run on Windows, that's why they mandatorily set Windows 10 as their operating system. Because when they did it, it's got a little section in it that breaks down just like the Xbox dashboard does, and it's got a little section in it for games that are all uploaded from Xbox using your Xbox user account and everything. That's where they're going to move the fucking network to. They're going to push Xbox over to PC. Only because the PC gaming is already so huge. Now you got Steam over there, and Steam and Xbox are kind of doing this little coinciding thing to where you can buy it off of Xbox Network, but then you can play it on Steam. And Bill Gates actually said at one point that he was losing money on what it takes to develop the software and the hardware for Xbox. He's like, it's just a loss at this point. He's like, yeah, we're making money off of it, but we're barely making what it takes to pay the employees, to cover the network, to cover the expenses of everything. He's like, it's not really profitable. So if you take that out of it and you leave Xbox just to a network, let the PC companies handle that, like Hewlett Packard, IBM, all those guys. You let them make the machines, Alienware, shit like that. Them make the machines, and then we run the software. We control the network. He's like, once you do that, then we're getting profit again, you know. So he's been talking for a while that he was going to end the network, and Xbox users don't want to believe it. They're like, oh, the Scorpion system is the best new system, and da 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 da. It's like, yeah, but what's it worth when the games make the system? It's not just the system and what it can do. You have to have good games on the system to keep the people entertained. Otherwise, who cares what the fucking thing can do if you got crap games on there, you know? There's only maybe a handful of games that they have that the other networks don't, and they're not all that great. You know, like maybe what, Fable and Gears of War, Halo. We're talking like old stuff. Like Halo hadn't been hot since fucking the first Xbox. I had an Xbox one time. I had the first Xbox, and I won't lie. The only reason I had that was for Soul Calibur. Soul Calibur 2 had special characters in it. I got it for that. I actually had all 3 of those games and all 3 of those consoles. I had it on GameCube, PS2, and Xbox, because each one had its own special character. And I love Soul Cal. I actually heard there's a new Soul Cal coming out. They're getting ready to release Soul Cal 6 this year. I can't wait till that comes out. Soul Cal was one of the first tournament games, so I'm really hoping to pick that up, and I'm really hoping that the ESL picks it up as one of their contending games in tournaments. Because so far, the only thing I've seen for fighting games in the ESL is like Dragon Ball and fucking Mortal Kombat. And I don't like either one of those. I don't take either one of those as serious fighting games. I mean, like Tekken was great, but I can't believe that the ESL didn't pick it up and run tournaments with that thing. That was an awesome game. Even though the VR mode, I gotta admit, was a little fucking weird. I bought it before I got the VR, and then after I got the VR, I was like, well, I have one thing that's already got some VR shit in it, and I went and played it, and it's just weird. It's like, it's still just a fighting game, but it lets you view the fighters in a VR mode. And I'm sitting there thinking, who is holding the controller, walking around their living room to look and play with their action figures? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not interactive. That's just letting you view it interactively, you know? That's weird. Let's see. 12 comments. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know what it is about this playroom thing, but people really get interested about watching shit in the playroom. It's like they're just nosy about my living room. Like, what's this guy got? What's all that shit? Yeah, that is a guitar hero guitar hanging from my wall. Even though I haven't played in like 4 years. It's still there. It's a trophy. I used to play on expert. Now you couldn't pay me to touch it. Oh, my buddy Dalt is watching. I'm surprised boys ain't in here talking shit. That's usually what he does. He'll pop up and if he can't make a car show, instead of typing in the stream on YouTube, he'll watch it on his phone and then he'll send me a message on PlayStation. He'll be like, "Tell Cannabis to shut the fuck up," or something like that. And I know he can't even hear him because when I do the car shows, I'm using the in-game chat. He can't even fucking hear him saying anything, but he'll just be like, "Tell Cannabis to shut the fuck up." He's like, "Go over there and hit him with your car." But like he's like it's like the little devil sitting on my shoulders trying to talk me into doing bad shit. It's like, "Go do this." I'm not doing that. I'm trying to run my car show. Let's see. Live chat. I have been going on that for almost an hour. Let's see. Can't open Facebook right now. That's not good. Oh man, they had a give cars to friends glitch that was working up until yesterday. It stopped working yesterday, but I picked up a bunch of rare stuff just before it went out. I got a tank. It's got Benny's rims on it, and it's gold, and it's got the little, the little computer icons on it. You're not supposed to have any of that stuff. And I've actually got two of them. You're only supposed to be able to have one of those tanks, and I've got two of them, and I stuck one of them in another garage. You're not supposed to be able to do any of that shit. But I try to stray away from doing glitches and stuff like that in my channels because I don't want to get hits like that. I don't want to be known for money stuff because that's all I'll get hassled for after that if I do that. I don't want that to be the case. I don't want to build my channel on that. I've seen other people do that and they had some success, but now it's going sideways. Now it's going, to where they're having to struggle to come up with new content and shit. They're having to like fight to come up with something to keep their viewers, active and on their channels and shit. So I'm like, yeah, I'd rather put on shows, man. I'd rather set an example for how to be a gamer in this era, what to do with your kids, how to interact with people, how to fucking, do shit that nobody else is doing, that I don't really see anybody do. I try to coach people, try to coach them out of those fucking invite-only lobbies and personal lobbies and shit. You're never going to get much done as long as you're hanging out in those. And I know it's a hard game, and I know it's almost on its way out, but until it's gone, there's still plenty to do in it. You just need a support group. My buddy Josh said something to me about, maybe 3 or 4 months ago. I asked him, because him and his wife play, I was like, do you guys got GTA? And he goes, no, I don't play MMOs. And I immediately wanted to get defensive and be like, it's offended at the same time. I was like, it's not an MMO, it's a fucking shooter. It's a third person, it's a driving game and a shooting game. And I'm like, fuck, he's right. You totally can't play that game without other people. You need other people. I'm like, God damn it. I'm all butthurt because he's right. It's like, fuck. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we're supposed to be getting that. A buddy of mine is sending it to us in the mail. He already beat it. He's sending it to Alicia because I have no interest in playing it. She wants to play it though, so a buddy of mine is sending it to her. He's in the Navy and he's already beat it, so he's sending her his copy. And I'm hanging out with him every couple of days in GTA too. I did the beta for the month of December and played it a little bit, but it's just not different enough for me. I can't get into it. The first person just still feels so easy to me. It doesn't pose enough of a challenge. It was good for what period I played it, but outside of that, I got bored quick. I was like, yeah, I need something to go do. I tried getting into Warframe too, man, but I just can't get into Warframe. I played a little bit of that, and it's just so fucking overwhelming, especially with the new amount of shit that's come out for it. You know, it's basically a third person Destiny, with just different stuff. Even the loading screens are almost the same. When you travel from one point to the other, you're just watching some spaceships fly. Like, really? It's not different enough. Wait, right there. Get the fuck out of here. PlayStation is redoing Shaq Fu. Shaq Fu was a fucking game back in like 93, 94, 95, somewhere in there. It came out on Super Nintendo and on Sega Genesis. It was a fighting game made for Shaquille O'Neal. PlayStation is redoing Shaq Fu. Get the fuck out of here. Yep, I talked October 28th, 1994, right? It was so fucking silly. Damn. So burning on the game. The opening of the trailer was October 28th, 1994. Shaq Fu was released, and it sucked. What the hell? It doesn't look like it's any better. Some new graphics and some extra crap slapped on top of it. Still looks the same. You know what I just thought about? They never released that PlayStation book that they were supposed to release. That Harry Potter thing that was supposed to be for the PlayStation 3 with the Move controller. Oh, you're gonna put the gun up? Okay. Mm. They had already put together all those commercials for it. I always kind of wondered what they were going to do with that anyway. Like, how far can that go? You know what I mean? You got a little interactive book in your living room that you still got to look at the TV to interact with. I was thinking that at the time. I was like, oh, I don't think that's going to go far. And have you seen that new Metal Gear Survive? It is a complete ripoff. What? It's a complete ripoff of Metal Gear 5. And it's like they took all the leftover crap from the game and they basically made a Fortnite version of it. It's completely online. You have to survive like these zombie raid things. There's like bio soldiers or something. You have to like protect this object while these waves of these things come in. You have to collect resources and shit. And it's fucking Fortnite slapped with Metal Gear on top of it, man. It was like the game developers were like, we got all this leftover shit from Metal Gear, and Kojima's gone now, so it's not like we don't have a Snake story anymore. Let's see what we can throw all this shit together with. So it's like they're trying to contend with Fortnite and what's that other game? There's another one on Xbox. Um, it's like $15 or some shit like that. It's on Steam too. I forget the name of it, but it's almost just like Fortnite. You like parachute into a thing, and it's 100 people that survive on an island or something. No, they're not. And he is taking his sweet fucking time on the new game that he's been working on. That shit that's got the dude from the Grateful Dead in it. I just saw.
If there's any takeaway.
Damn. Oh, yeah. Oh, I mean, that's what he's good at, though. I mean, the Kojima of, I mean, he's the Tarantino of game design, man. When he takes his sweet time on something, he does it to make sure he gets it right. And if they're allowing him to take his time, dude, I can only imagine how good it's going to come out. You know, because he is super meticulous about his games. I mean, not only did he fully develop them, but even when he was making like Metal Gear 5, when they were in the process of making it, he was still playing Metal Gear 3. He was like, he would be in his office just sitting there gaming away at the thing. And I'm like, that dude really, like, he makes games that he would want to play. You know, when he came out with Metal Gear 4 and it had that online, he shut the online down because he didn't like it. He set it up to be even for all other players and shit. And then after about 8 months, he got in and he played with other people and he fucking hated it. He's like, this is not how I set this up to be. He's like, I did not want Metal Gear to wind up being like another fucking Call of Duty. And after the last update, they discontinued the whole thing.
Whatever that'll be named. And until either console maker cracks the secret to effective cloud game streaming sometime in the next decade or so, there will continue to be new console generations and iterations. But with backwards compatibility and, well, iterativeness being important aspects of console DNA now, the question remains, just how much will the experience of gaming change over the next couple of years? Would a hypothetical PS5 with a Ryzen CPU and a 10 teraflop GPU deliver something that's categorically a generational leap over what we have right now? Of course, it's not easy to answer this question, and not for the reasons you'd expect. Of course, an iterative model for console upgrades reduces the scope for change by its very definition. This is evident in the way Microsoft and Sony have positioned the current crop of mid-cycle upgrades. The PS4 Pro and Xbox One X are really just machines that play the same games as their predecessors, only better. The likely inclusion of a Ryzen CPU will improve the situation for the PS5. Today's consoles are heavily biased towards GPU performance. This has resulted in developers utilizing GPU functionality to offload general processing tasks to the graphics unit. While this does cut the console's anemic Jaguar CPUs some slack, it means that the GPUs themselves can't be fully utilized for graphics loads. With a much better...
Well, I don't know. I don't expect him to come out with a. Oh, okay. Get your pants back on. Whatever you do, God, don't walk over here while you. Hang on, I'll be right back. I got a baby that's got his retching. Oh, that was close. He started to walk over here. Whoa, 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 whoa. We're live over here, buddy. I don't care how much of a 3-year-old you are. Go get his pants on. He's funny. He's just not being potty trained. So he's still in that stage where when he goes to use the bathroom, the pants come all the way off. And another console till at least 2020. They just released all of these. They're not gonna cut their own sales off by releasing the system too soon. Four years? 5 years? Yeah. Yeah, I think four, yeah. Hmm? You need help? Okay.
Mommy has these in my bag.
Yeah, she had them in your bag. There you go.
Mommy does.
Jump. There we go.
Does these nails still do me?
Yeah, she cut your nails off.
My nails are not sticky anymore.
Oh, they're not sticky anymore? Well, that's good. Did you wash your hands? Ah, you'll be okay.
My hands are not dirty.
Their hands are not dirty? Okay.
That's up. That one is new. I need some.
Oh, you need some more chocolate milk? It's like that in my room. I need some more chocolate milk. My son fixed him some chocolate milk yesterday, dude. He spazzed out on him. He ran up to him, gave him a hug. He goes, "You're my best friend." Right? Oh, he thought it was the bee's knees when I handed him a Nerf gun the other day. It had suction cups on it, and I let him shoot the balcony window. He just sat there all day, like all day, just shooting that window. He's it's stuck. And then he got my Nerf gun out, which my Nerf gun, I got one of these big ass megas. This thing shoots so hard that it doesn't stick. It bounces just because it hits way too hard. You want to do it? Huh? Oh, he said I should put it up because Alicia's asleep. Okay, I won't make no noise. Oh, put the bullet up too. Okay, yes sir. Okay, we'll put it up. You want some chocolate milk? You gotta bring me your cup. That is you. That was you. You want to wave at yourself? Come over here and wave. Say hi. Come here.
Is that you?
That's a picture of me. Oh, you're hitting the picture. Wave. Like, let me think about it. Watch this. Hit the cat. He's looking at the ground like, where is it?
That's right, Bishop.
Yeah, it's on the picture. Here, let me get that thing out of your way. Let's see if I can move it.
There's a lot of bishops.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of pictures. Go get me your cup. I'll get you some chocolate milk. Oh, it's in there in the boys' room. I gotta sell a bed. I got a day bed that's in my little girl's room that I gotta sell on eBay. Okay. And I got a set of bunk beds I gotta put together. I'm trying to get custody of my youngest daughter. I'll be back in just a second.
See that book on the dinner?
Uh-huh.
It's gone.
It's gone?
Mm-hmm. Wanda shook it off, Lou.
Offer up.
Shook it off.
Not eBay. Ooh, he has voice feedback.
Is he? Okay. Oh, okay.
X50 Sproofi so FN. But seriously, download offer up.
I'm on a dad's boy.
Your mom and daddy's boy?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
I smacked a bug Wednesday.
You smacked the bug. Oh, no.
Not in the shoe.
In your shoe? What's your shoe? Ew. Is Paw Patrol still on? In the.
Hear it.
Oh, you can just hear it. Okay.
I can't feel it.
Oh yeah. All right, I'm back. I had to get myself some coffee too. Yeah, all right. I'm still waking up.
I put mine on the table with you.
Okay.
Mine spin.
Hmm.
Mine spin around.
Your spins around.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
And my dog sweat.
Oh yeah.
And my dog got me in my toe again.
It got you in the toe.
Mm-hmm.
You can
Boy,
buy and sell things locally.
I can.
I beat Daddy up. Daddy just bite my nose.
Oh, here we go. Hold on.
Daddy bite my arm right here.
Off rap, not eBay. Oh, here's a voice feedback. Oh, seriously, download off rap. You can buy some things local. Oh yeah, I know. That's actually where I got the daybed from, Echo. I got
Read
it
all
from.
what I said, haha.
I did.
Daddy, see me?
Yeah, I see you.
I'm like, dear.
You sure are. Actually, that's where I got the daybed from originally. I bought it off of Facebook, and I think I paid like $80 for it. And since there's nothing wrong with it, I'm just gonna resurface it and resell it back on Facebook since I've already got another set of bunk beds to put in there. I may sell it without the mattress. I may keep one of the mattresses for it. Man, that's where I got my fucking my PlayStation Pro and my Vita. I tell you what, I'm loving the fact that there are females out there everywhere who are pissed off at their boyfriends and they're selling their shit super cheap. I picked I picked up my PlayStation Pro for about $300, brand new controller, completely clean, and with like 4 games, and 2 of them were still in the wrappers, and one of them was the new Final Fantasy. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, $300, dude. I couldn't fucking believe it. The system alone, it's just 1 game and a controller, was 300 or $400. So getting all of that shit for 4, I was like, damn, dude, that's like another $250 or $150 value on top of it with the extra games. You know?
Wow, someone is pissed.
No, why? Who's pissed? Oh no, that's JoJo. He's just being a chatterbox. It's almost time for his nap. Yeah, it's chocolate milk. You're over there big
The
pimping, ain't you?
boyfriend.
Boyfriend. What are you talking about? I'm confused. Let me look. See what's going on here. Yeah, maybe we'll take you skating one day. Get you a helmet and you can come out skating with us. Birdie will teach you how. Yours is
The
over there?
boyfriend is missed. You got his PS4 cheap.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure he was. Actually, it was that lady's husband. She actually met me up at a McDonald's because I don't like telling people where I live when I meet them on there. You know, it's just like Craigslist. You don't fucking know these people, so I always meet them somewhere. I took the damn PS Pro inside the McDonald's and hooked it up to the TV to test it, make sure it worked. The manager was like, "You can't do that." Fuck, I can't. Watch me. Or you're gonna have to buy something. The hell I do. I look like I want some cancer. Fuck off of me.
Is he down here?
Oh, you got a boo boo. You got a scratch. Uh-oh.
Yeah, a dog bite me.
Dog bit you. Don't let the dog bite you.
Dog bite in my foot.
Oh no.
I just beat that dog up.
No, don't beat the dog up. That's mean. You don't hit puppies.
Not Bubba.
He is, man. He's a good little kid.
I beat Bubby up.
You beat Bubby up?
No.
No?
I just gave his hugs.
Oh, yeah. You just give him hugs. Yeah. That's a good JoJo. Yeah?
Right here, Dad got me in my arm.
Daddy bit you in the arm? What'd he bite you for? Was you biting people? No. That's not what I heard. I heard you was
I
biting people.
haven't been on GTA because I have like 30k and I can't make money. Every time someone kills me I fight back and remain broke, so.
Okay, bub. Later. Yeah, I've been on like every day. We've been going and JoJo waved by. Well, I've been on like every day, and we've been doing a lot of stand your grounds. So we make like 30K every time we do it. That way you don't lose money. Um, that and they've been trying to get me to do more of those so that I don't get in trouble in GTA and wind up in a bad sport lobby. But car show later tonight though. It's car show tonight at 8 o'clock my time, which is like Central Time. So it's like 11 o'clock here now. So whatever 8 o'clock is for you, we'll be doing the show tonight. Um, let's see. Here in just a little bit, I'm gonna get JoJo settled down with my wife and let him take a little nap. But while he takes a nap, I'm gonna
What
play
time
some.
Eastern?
Let's see. Is Eastern's ahead of me, right? So it's probably
And
noon there
what
now.
car?
It's a 50s theme. So like hot rods or some kind of classic cars, something from the 50s era. It's called, we're doing like a 50s greaser kind of theme. So, it's the Eastern time, I think, is ahead of me. So it's probably noon there right now. So it would be 9 o'clock your time. And then, um, yeah, 50s, 50s and 60s greaser theme. I got a location picked out so that we can that'll fit well with it. But again, the location is a secret, and what we're doing after that is secret. I'm not blowing up the cars this time. I've got something else picked out this time to do, and we're actually going to use the cars in it to get some footage and stuff. I'm going to do something new that we experimented with the other day, and it tested well. So we're going to try it. And I'm trying to come up with different game themes, different things to do after the show between Easter eggs and sometimes it's Easter eggs, sometimes it's wall breach glitches, sometimes it's stunt jumps and stuff. And then I've got a new one that I've worked out that I'm gonna.
Monster trucks.
Actually, we did one of those too. We did a demolition derby once before. We did that too. Um, uh, this one is gonna be something different. So this will be like the fifth thing that I'm trying to find different things to rotate through. So we're not doing the same thing after every show. That I've got something different picked out that so I can rotate through some stuff and come up with original things that I've never seen anybody else do. And we got one picked out, and we'll get it all set up, and I'll explain it in tonight's show. Um, but for anybody that wants to come to the show, just find Adumusk on PSN and join on me before the showtime, because at showtime I stop answering messages. If anybody says, "Yo, I didn't get an invite," it's because I don't send invites out. The party comes to me. I don't. I stop answering messages at showtime, and I stop because I post them all in the communities. So when people say, "Oh, well, I didn't know," well, I send the invites out to my community every week, like every week. This week was a pain in the ass because I had to invite like over 1,013 people, and so I
Message
tossed.
me 20M before the show if you can.
Actually, usually 20 minutes before the show, I'm already getting ready. Just it'll be at 9 o'clock tonight, so just hit me up in and around then, or hop into the lobby that I'm in. And because once I get in, I open up a party and I stay with the car committee inside the party. And once the show starts, we switch over and we go into game chat so that I can communicate with everybody. Because I don't want anybody to feel left out. I'll be live streaming it. I'll be entertaining people inside the car show, and then I'll also be collecting some in-game footage, and then we'll go and do our thing from there. Then after the car show gets over with, we're gonna go do some of that new the RP thing that's going right now, that hard line or hard dead something. I forgot the name of it. I wrote it down, but I forgot the name of it right offhand. We're gonna go do that after instead of a playlist this week to let some people get up on their RP and cash and stuff. And when we go to do that part, I'm gonna split off the car show, and it'll be the after party show. We'll some of my friends will all get together in a party, and we'll go that way. All of my viewers can hear the people that I'm hanging out with and shit. So it'll be at least 8 of us or more that we'll go and play with and shit. You want to take a nap, JoJo? No? Oh, okay, I didn't think so. So, alright. This has been going for probably well over an hour now. Not quite sure how long I've been doing this. Let's see. I definitely know it's been longer than what I meant to. I got a friend of mine joined in, and we had a nice long conversation. It's been almost 2 hours I've been doing this.
Faux shizzle ma dizzle, just wanted to hear the robot. I'll try to be there tonight.
Word? Well, yeah. Yeah, my wife's going to go before the show, and she'll be rounding up people to make sure that, check and see who's coming and make sure everybody knows. I'm not sure if Dennis and Patty will make it tonight. I think they're probably on their way back from New Mexico right now, on their way home. What is it, JoJo? Do what? Oh, he's setting that on the table? Okay. All right. Is the TV still on in the bedroom? Is Paw Patrol still on? Uh-huh. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to wrap this up. And I'm not going to play VR till he goes down for a nap
Not
because
being
I
a
don't want
creep
to leave him
haha,
on her.
but can I see what your wife looks like?
Oh, she's taking a nap right now. Uh, we've both been sick, and I'm still fighting off my illness. I'm trying to like keep myself awake. But I'll actually be setting up a second channel for her soon too, because I got a camera for her PlayStation as well, and I'll be linking up her account soon and putting her getting the bedroom set up so that it looks. I mean, it already looks all right. It's just I got a big naked wall right behind her, so I'm gonna put a poster or something up. I got a big classic
Get
U.S.
better.
globe poster. Yeah, yeah. She's in there taking a nap. Hopefully, she'll wake up in a few hours. She's probably resting up for the car show tonight too, because she's kind of my right hand in the whole thing, and she helps me keep things moving and do the things that I can't, like when there's other things that need to be step away to take care of. I can't do those myself, so she usually does those for me. And she'll probably take care of a lot of that. What is it, JoJo? Oh, that's it. That's my skateboard. Them's my penny boards. Yeah, they're all mine. I let you use them though. Get you a helmet. You're too little. I don't want you to get hurt. Huh?
All right, man, later.
All right, brother. Thanks for coming by. Yeah, there's a mohawk on that one. All right. Well, thanks for viewing, folks. And if you would like, subscribe, share, turn on notifications so you can see when I'm posting this stuff. Give me just a second, JoJo. Yeah, it's a guitar. And donate anything that you can, man. I got a whole house full of youngins I'm trying to support. You got your sword at your house? Good job. Till next time, we'll see you guys later.
Daddy fixed my sword.
Did he?
That's what Daddy's in the sword.
Oh.